Hello, everyone. Welcome to Global Women Empowerment Sessions 2020. As part of this program, today we have with us Sasha from Goa, India. She'll be speaking about how to be an anchor of light, being an anchor of light. Friends, I'm Sreelakshmi from UK, and under the guidance of our master Patriji, we are doing this triple one days of Global Goddess Meditation Circle with triple one feminine masters across the globe. So we have successfully reached to day 54 of our program. The main intention of this program is to connect with all the feminine masters across the globe so that we can create unified global collective grid across this planet Earth. So friends, let's anchor this light energy and connect with all the soul beings and radiate this love and compassionate energies to all the beings on this planet Earth by using this sacred platform. And so, before starting of our session, let's meditate for 2 minutes by connecting with all the higher beings. So, I request everyone to please close your eyes for 2 minutes. Start observing your normal and natural breath. Now, let's invite all the divine goddesses' energies, angels, archangels, Himalayan masters, Shiva Shakti consciousness, Mahavatar Babaji, all the higher beings of love and light, new moon energies, and all the divine feminine masters in this universe. Let's connect with all of them and do meditation, my dear friends. Silence your mind. Empty your mind, my dear friends, so that we can experience and feel the energies of the masters. Today is new moon. Let's invoke divine energies of the moon. Be open and receptive to all the healing energies flowing from all these divine beings. Let each and every cell in your body be completely filled with this love and light energies. Now, let's send and radiate this love and compassionate energies to all the beings on this planet Earth. May all the living beings on this planet Earth live happy, healthy, and peaceful. Let each and every person on this planet Earth become a meditator and a vegetarian for the highest and the greatest good of all. Now gently place your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and you can slowly open your eyes now. Friends, I'm so happy to introduce today's speaker, Sasha. Sasha is a psychologist, spiritual counselor, and inner child healing facilitator. And she's She has been expertised in the creative arts therapy. She has been in the field of mental health and well-being for the last 7 years. And as a meditator, she has been integrating the spirituality into her life for the last 10 years. She works with groups or one-to-one with individuals, helping people connect to their true selves in order to live their highest potential. A large part of her work is also with children and adolescents from challenging backgrounds as well as teachers and parents, helping them bringing mindfulness into the education system as well as into their personal lives, my dear friends. So, Sasha, we welcome you. Oh,
Thank you, Sreelakshmi ji. Thank you all for tuning in and for being here to listen to what I have to share today. Uh, Thank you for that wonderful introduction as well, Sreelakshmi. What we're going to talk about, friends, today is how to be an anchor of light in today's world. So, given that our world currently is going through so many changes and there is so much chaos and unpredictability and uncertain times ahead of us, how can we, as light workers or meditators, hold our space and be the light that we're meant to be on this planet, especially now during this time? So, for a lot of us, we have this need, or we feel like we want to go out there and make a difference in the world. And for while that is true for many of us, which it is, we are going out there and helping others and standing for what we believe that is right and just. It is also important to know that for those of us that are not going out there to make the world a better place, we can also make the world a better place by just tuning in to ourselves, by holding that light that we hold within us, making it shine brighter, and being who we truly are meant to be, so that we can, in our own individual ways, uplift the collective and be of service to the planet during this difficult time. So, today, what I'm going to talk about is exactly that, which is how we can be anchors of light, and a few tips and a few things that I feel personally help me in my journey and help me in my everyday life, which will serve to you as reminders and will also help you to hold the light that you are meant to hold uh, on this planet right now. So we'll just go into this presentation right now. Give me a second. Yes. What does it mean to be an anchor of light? So, for many of us who have been meditating for years and have experienced what it is like to connect to something that is higher than us, or to connect to something within us that is so bright and so beautiful and so light, we know what it means to experience that connection of our own inner light. For meditators and for light workers, being in that state of bliss or being in that state of a higher frequency is something that we experience regularly in our meditations. So today, what I do want to share is that how do we hold that level of frequency, not only in our meditations, but also as we go about our daily lives, as we go about interacting with the world, as we go about interacting with others, or as we just are living our day-to-day lives. How do we hold that frequency high, and how do we continue to be an anchor of light, even though the world is constantly bombarding us with so many things that are coming up right now, a lot of darkness that is surfacing to be cleansed and to be healed right now? How do we still anchor ourselves in our own divine light? So, though this will be different for everybody, and everybody has their own ways of anchoring their light, which is very beautiful in their own way. Some people go out and serve, and that is their way of anchoring light. Similarly, each of you will have your own ways, and trust those ways that you have. What I'm going to share with you now are just some points which for me personally have helped me, like I said, and we'll just take those one at a time. And if they resonate with you, I encourage you to try them and to use them consciously in your lives. So the first one is become aware of the consciousness you are holding in your thoughts. So given that, sorry, yes. So everything is consciousness, whether it is thoughts, whether it is actions, whether it is people, whether it is interactions with the news, with social media, everything is consciousness. And in that sense, so are our thoughts. Our thoughts hold a level of consciousness, whether it is a higher consciousness or whether it is a slightly heavier consciousness. The first thing to do is for each of us to take responsibility and to become aware of the consciousness that we are holding in our thoughts. And just acknowledge, is the consciousness I'm holding in my thoughts, are the thoughts I'm having, are they pulling me down? Are they weighing me down? Or are they making me feel lighter? Are they making me live my true purpose or be my true self? And then once you're aware and once you know that, okay, my consciousness, the consciousness of my thoughts are heavy, what can I do about them? So we're going to go into what we're going to do about them a little bit further down the presentation. So just the first point is to be aware. What consciousness are you holding in your thoughts? Yes. So just as consciousness is in our thoughts, it is also in our words, in our actions, and in everything that we give our attention to. So remember to choose to give your attention or your energy to consciousness that serves the planet. So what exactly does that mean? Constantly we receive news or we watch videos or we are engaged with what is happening in the world, and a lot of the things right now are not so pleasant and they affect us on many levels, right? So we do at some level have a choice to choose how much we want to spiral down into that consciousness that is dense, or spiral down into those things that are no longer serving the planet. And we can choose to shift our focus to consciousness that is pro love and that is pro peace rather than against destruction and against uh, all that is happening, negativity, whether it is racism, whether it is garbage, whether it is cruelty to animals. All these things have their own consciousness that is living and that is always been shown to us in multiple ways. It is for us to choose what we want to give our own personal consciousness to, our own personal energy to. And whatever we give our energy to, that grows. So giving your energy to the consciousness of light or of peace and love is what makes that increase in the world and also in ourselves. Yes. The next one for us to continue to be an anchor of love and an anchor of light is to constantly purify, clear, and cleanse on all levels. So that is when in mental levels, emotional levels, physical, and spiritual. So what does it mean to purify, clear, and cleanse on all levels? It means that we are only human at the end of the day. And though we meditate and we are constantly trying to keep our vibration high, there are levels that do always come up to be clear, to be cleansed, to be let go of. Because we are human, because we have had childhoods, our own childhood, and because we have had possibly past lives as well, there is always an opportunity for us to clear and cleanse ourselves. And that should just be an ongoing process. I'm sure we are all doing this in our own way, but may this just serve as a reminder that this is such a big part of being an anchor of light on this planet right now. And I'm going to go a little bit more into this point because I feel it really applies to me, and I feel it will help many those of you who are listening as well. And that is, how do we keep this process of purifying, cleansing, and clearing alive and an ongoing process rather than just something we did many years ago or something we don't really do that often? And that is, look at the world and look at others as mirrors to our own inner world. So when we look at what all is happening in the world right now as something that is part of the collective consciousness, or something that is part of the collective pain body. And when we take responsibility for what is happening in the world, because we too are part of that collective, and when we go ahead and do that cleansing and clearing on ourselves, when it triggers us, then we are not only helping ourselves, but we are helping the collective as a whole progress, or as a whole be uplifted and move more into the light than into the density. So the world and others as mirrors to our inner world. This is an opportunity in every moment when something happens to us, or we interact with somebody who agitates us or triggers us or makes us feel angry or sad or upset. How do we deal with that? Do we look within us, or do we place that blame outside? This becomes very important in the process of being an anchor of light. So in every moment, we do have an opportunity. Since we are constantly interacting with the world and we're living in this world, we have that opportunity to heal and to clear accumulated pain for the collective simply by working on ourselves. So in doing so, we are being of service to the collective as well as ourselves. Okay, I'm gonna move now to the next point, which is what else can you do to be an anchor of light? And that is to raise your frequency. So most of us know what have experienced this in meditation, where you close your eyes and you are not really vibrating at a very high frequency before your meditation. But after you sit in silence and you still your mind for at least 10 to 15 minutes, you feel so much lighter, so much relaxed, and you're just so much calmer, right? So that is the example of raising your frequency. And that is so important right now at this time on this planet, in order for us to be an anchor of light. And raising your frequency or raising your vibration can be done in multiple ways. And many of us do this naturally. Our own soul calls us to do this naturally. Some of the ways listed here are gratitude, just giving gratitude for all the things that are working out, or all the things that are there in the midst of all the chaos. There is so much more that we can be grateful for. There's so many more beings and on this planet right now that we can be grateful for. So giving gratitude lifts your frequency and raises your vibration, and that is something to be practiced as a habit daily on a daily basis. Things like art, either engaging in art or watching art, whatever makes you feel good, is something that you need to focus on. Praying and setting intentions also raises your vibration. It takes you to a level of feeling surrender, and where you surrender the density that you are feeling. And it's extremely powerful as well to raise your frequency. Spending time in nature. Yesterday we heard a beautiful talk right here on the 111 Goddess Meditation Circle about the powers of nature and how important it is to help us tune in and connect to ourselves and keep our vibrations high. So connecting to nature is something that all of us can do, even if it is just going out and connecting to a single tree or a plant in your balcony. Listening to uplifting music, so we could choose the kind of music we listen to raise our frequency. Reading uplifting books, of course. So these are just some of the points I have noted that personally helped me, but I'm sure you will have many more as well. But please know that whatever it is that calls out to you and you feel like doing it because it makes you feel happy and it makes you feel lighter and vibrate at a higher frequency, please do that as often as you need to without feeling guilty. So sometimes we feel guilty that we are wasting our time by painting or wasting our time listening to music, but that is not true, because at this point, the earth and the planet needs people who are vibrating at that frequency. And we can all do it individually, so that collectively we are making that difference. Yes. And then we move to point number 5, which is the divine feminine qualities of non-judgment and unconditional love. So we have to remember to also practice these qualities that we have within all of us. Whether we're men or women, the divine feminine resides within all of us. And these qualities, I've picked only two, though there are so many, and each is different for everyone that they connect with the most. But for me, I feel non-judgment and unconditional love are so powerful and so beautiful, especially at this time. And practicing non-judgment and practicing unconditional love, how do we do it? How do we do it for others? We can only do it for others and practice it with others when we start with ourselves. So on a regular basis, how much can we be non-judgmental towards ourselves, the things that we say, the things that we think, or the things that we do? How can we give unconditional love to ourselves? In how many ways, and how often can we do that? And by doing that regularly, we do help ourselves and we do empower ourselves to become anchors of light on the planet right now. Yes. Yes, and point number 6 is connect to your inner light. So I am going to lead you through a guided meditation towards the end of this uh, talk. But I just want to say that by meditating regularly, you are connecting to your inner light. So it is very important to do that, especially now. I say especially now because I know that on some days uh, on some days it is really hard given the kind of lives that we're living. Some of us are still indoors for many, many months. So especially during this time, connecting to your inner light is very powerful and very important. Yes. Yes. Okay, so how do we then keep this process going? How do we continue to be anchors of light, not only in meditation, but every day in our every thought, word, and action? How do we do that? One of the ways in which we could do that is you can check in with yourself, ask yourself as often as you need to. Right now, in this moment, am I being an anchor of love and light? Am I living in alignment with my higher self? So, being an anchor of light is nothing but being in alignment with your higher self, which we all have, and we are all have the ability to connect to. So, when you ask yourself through the day, as often as you need to, or whenever you feel like, make it a habit. What is the answer? What is the answer that you receive? So, right now in this moment, am I being an anchor of light and love? If the answer is yes, then that's beautiful. But if the answer is no, and it often is, even for me, very, very often, then the answer is not in this moment. So then you can ask yourself, or I would ask myself, what can I do in this moment to raise my light quotient? Light quotient is nothing but the ability of my body and my mind and my emotions to hold light. So, what can I do to raise my vibration? What can I do in this moment to raise my frequency? And whatever I need in that moment, whatever you need in that moment to lift yourself up, is what you need to do. So do what you need in that moment, which is any of these points we just discussed, which I'm going to read through really quickly right now. You could either become aware of your thoughts, figure out if they're very heavy or they're light. And if they're heavy, how can you shift them and move yourself into thoughts that are lighter, that are more positive, that are more nurturing, rather than dwell in dense consciousness of thoughts. Or you could choose the consciousness you give your energy to. So you can choose what you are focusing on right now. The next one is you can purify, cleanse, and clear anything that is coming up for you in that moment that is keeping you from being the light that you are. You can raise your frequency using any method that we discussed or that comes to you naturally. You can practice non-judgment and unconditional love towards yourself first, and then naturally that moves on to others. Or you could simply sit down, meditate, and connect with your higher self or connect with your inner light. So choose what you need in that moment. And in every moment, you will need something else. So the situations are not always the same, because we are not static. We are humans who are constantly evolving. So whatever you need in that moment to be the light, to hold your truth, you need to give yourself that and trust what comes to you in that moment, because it will change from moment to moment. Yes. It's also very important for us to remember, when we are in this process of being anchors of light on the planet right now, that thoughts and emotions determine the frequency at which we are vibrating. When we change our thoughts, we can change the way we feel. So uh, it's something that you need to remember whenever you are not feeling at your highest, or you are not feeling at your best. How can you change your thoughts to change the way you feel? And when we change the way we feel, we consciously lift our vibration to be anchors of light. Yes. And all of this boils down to one very important point, which is self-care and self-love. And I realized through this whole journey of trying to be an anchor of light, which is an ongoing process. It's not complete, but I realized that self-care and self-love is the most important part, because when we are taking care of ourselves, when we are uh, going within, when we are cleansing what needs to be cleansed for ourselves so that it reflects in the collective, when we are doing all of that and we are giving ourselves the care that we need, then we are being the anchors of light on the planet right now, which is really, really important and needed in this moment. So, all it takes is to go within and give that love, give that care to yourself, raise yourself up, and keep yourself radiant and loving and beautiful. When we do that, when people all over the world, like everybody here watching, does that, then this beautiful image comes to mind, and we then become actual anchors of light and love on this planet, and we form this light grid around the planet that helps her in this process of ascension, and that helps her convert and transmute the lower into the higher, transmute the dense into the lighter. So we all are extremely powerful, and I hope that this was a reminder for you to realize that you are making a difference, we are making a difference, and it is important to focus on ourselves and to keep shining bright, even on days when it's very hard, to keep at it, keep practicing, keep cleansing, keep purifying, and keep shining brightly as far as much as we can. We are going to go into a brief meditation now. So, if I could request you all to sit in a comfortable position. Yes. Keeping your feet on the ground if possible and your back upright. Close your eyes and gently bring your attention to your breath. Breathe in and out into your body. Integrating, allowing integration for all that you have heard in the last 30 minutes. Bring your attention to the breath. Allow the mind to settle down and become still. Keeping your attention on the breath. Observe as it gets slower and calmer. In and out. In and out. Bring your attention to your physical body. Breathe into your body. And as I count from 3 to 1, drop the weight of your body to the ground beneath your feet. 3, 2, and 1. Surrender to the earth all your pains, all tension, all stress in the physical body. Feel yourself get lighter with each inhale as you release all weight with each exhale. You are not your body. You are not the stress in your body. You are so much more than your physical body. Stay with the breath and bring your attention to your mental processes, the mind that is constantly thinking. Choose to drop all thoughts, all worries, all fears, all concerns, just for a few more minutes as we meditate together. You are not your thoughts. You are not your fears. You are not your worries. You are so much more than your thinking mind. Breathing in and out. Bring your attention to your heart center. Breathe into your heart center and allow it to open with every inhale and with every exhale. Release all heaviness and the burden that you have been carrying. in and out, allowing the heart center to open. Allowing your heart to release all that does not serve it. Imagine and feel a great bright ball of brilliant light expand in your heart center now with every inhale. Feel this light get brighter with every inhale in your heart center. This is your inner light. Sense and feel that it is there, constantly within you at all times, as the divine spark that is your true essence. Stay with this inner light and watch it get brighter. Feel it get brighter with every inhale and exhale. Keeping your attention on the breath and on this light at your heart center. Send this light now, radiating from your heart center, down through your body, down to the core of the earth beneath your feet. Imagine you are sending energetic roots of heart energy down through the surface of the earth beneath your feet, down into the center of the earth, just like the roots of a tree that grounds itself, that reaches for water. Allow your own energetic roots to reach for the light at the center of the earth, at the core of the earth. At the center of Mother Earth, there is love and light. Anchor your heart energy there. And then slowly breathing in and out, invite the light from Mother Earth up through your energetic roots, up through all the layers of the earth, up into your body, all the way up back into your heart center. Breathing now into your heart center. Send the same beautiful light that you radiate up towards the sun, through the crown chakra, going all the way up to the sun, to the center of the sun, and all that is light beyond. Breathing deeply as you send your energy and send your light up. Connecting with the bright light of the sun and all that is beyond. Begin to invite that light to pour down, down through the root, through the crown of your head. Pour down into your energy field. All the way down, back to your heart chakra. Breathe the light in as you imagine, sense or feel a beautiful channel of bright light surrounding you, connecting you to the light above and to the earth below. Breathe up and down this channel for a few times. Slowly bring your attention back to the heart center. The light that you are. And again, stay with this light within, just for a few more seconds. Stay with this knowing that this is your true self, pure and radiant light. Know that you can come back to this light within and allow it to connect you to heaven and earth as often as you need to. You are an anchor of light. You are an anchor of love. Your true nature is that of love and light. Thanking your breath for guiding your body and mind into being an anchor of light in this moment. Gently rub your palms together. Place them on your eyes and gently open your eyes whenever you are ready.
Thank you so much, Sasha.
Thank you, Sreelakshmi.
Wonderful meditation. Yeah, you're so lucky, just surrounded by the nature. We can beautifully listen to the birds sing. Wow.
Yes, yes.
And
Yes.
thank you so much. Yes, we have to uplift ourselves. We have to cleanse, purify, release all this unwanted baggage, unwanted things in our life, which no longer serve us anymore.
Yes.
And yes, beautifully shared, and how to connect with the mother nature. We have to purify ourselves by connecting with our own inner light, by connecting with mother nature, by connecting with the heart center. Wow. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for sharing this beautiful topic, being an anchor of light.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, Sri Lakshmi.
Thank you, Sasha. And
Thank you.
friends, if you have anything to share, you can share, or else we can wind up today's session. And so, yes, Sasha. Thank you once again. And thank
Thank you.
yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Bye bye.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Thank you, friends. Let's connect with one more master tomorrow. Until then, signing off. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.